What if I told you that imposter syndrome can become your superpower? It can. You're watching Visibility is Power TV with Rashonda Pratt, known in the digital streets as The Rose Show Live. I'm a video visibility coach and producer, helping influential women just like you and a few brave dudes to tap in and leverage the power of their visibility with video and local media because your visibility is power. Listen, if you never been here before, let me know in the comment section so I can say hello to you. Also, please make sure to hit that subscribe button so that way you get notifications every week when I drop a new video just for you because your visibility is power. And my friend, I need you to step into it this year. Cannot wait. So let's talk about how to make imposter syndrome your superpower. Whether you are a corporate CEO, a new entrepreneur, or a seasoned entrepreneur, all of us at some point in time have dealt with that evil thing called imposter syndrome. And imposter syndrome is when you doubt your abilities and you live in fear of being exposed as a fraud. Here's the thing that's really interesting, side note about the imposter syndrome. Those people who really are imposters don't have any problem with imposter syndrome. Only the people who have the receipts. I'm just saying. So you deal with this whole thing about imposter syndrome that you're going to be exposed as a fraud, when in actuality, you're not, because your journey, your experiences, your knowledge, your education, your street credibility all speak to the opposite of what your mind and your emotions are telling you, that you are an imposter. But I want to let you know today that imposter syndrome can become your greatest superpower when you change the narrative that you tell yourself about the imposter syndrome. So, I know that everybody hates feeling like a fraud and feeling like they're going to get found out. But when you have those feelings of imposter syndrome coming upon you, impacting your visibility and how you are heard, how you are seen, and ultimately how you are paid, I want you to start looking at imposter syndrome like a yellow caution light. That is just a caution. It is just an indicator to remind you, are you totally and completely being your authentic self? We live in a world, ladies and gentlemen, of Instagram imposters, Facebook phonies, right? And I said one time, clubhouse clones. We live in a world of people who can easily put on the voice and the attitude and the persona of someone else. It's so easy to do that and be influenced by that because of all the people you're seeing in the online space. So when this feeling of imposter syndrome comes upon you, don't take it on completely and then cause it to stop you in your tracks from showing up to be seen, heard, and paid. Instead, feel the feels and then say to yourself, wait a minute, I'm feeling like an imposter. So I'm going to ask myself a couple of questions. Is the content I'm creating something that I can genuinely speak on, or did I just Google this? Wait a minute. I'm feeling like an imposter because I'm about to share my story. But is this really my story, or am I embellishing it a little bit so I can go viral? Is this really me showing up as my true and authentic self? I think what we need to do is, the times that imposter syndrome happens, take a pause for the cause and start asking yourself some deeper questions before you show up. I believe that when you start asking yourself those deeper questions, you will discover, nah, I'm good. I'm really showing up as my real self. And I'm not taking on someone else's persona. I'm not trying to live through someone else's story or take on their voice. No, this is me, and this is enough for the space. I remember one time a journalist told someone that was getting ready to sit down in the hot chair and be interviewed by a journalist, and they were feeling really nervous, even though they have done television interviews several times over. And the journalist told them, that's good, feel nervous. And this is what they said after that: the day that you stop feeling nervous is the day that you need to get concerned. What were they saying? They were saying that let's change the narrative around feeling nervous. Instead of looking at it as a bad thing, maybe the reason why you're nervous is because you want to do a really good job. You want to deliver the content well. You want to be able to help and educate people. What if we took that same mindset when it comes to the imposter syndrome? That when it shows up, we're not looking at it as a bad thing, but we're looking at it as no. The reason why I'm feeling this is because I want to do a good job. I want to make sure that I'm helping and impacting people and influencing their lives for the good. I want this corner of the internet, wherever that may be, to be good, right? I don't want to add to more the white noise. I want to rise above that with my unique sound that draws in the people who are called to hear me. So, the imposter syndrome can be your superpower if you just learn to change the narrative and how you really see the imposter syndrome. If this supported you, please let me know in the comment section. If you have questions about the imposter syndrome or any questions centered around visibility, put those in the comments as well, because I look forward to hearing from you every single week. As always, make sure that you hit that subscribe button to Visibility is Power TV. That way you get a notification every time we drop a new video. Well, you're watching Visibility is Power TV with Rashonda Pratt, known in the digital streets as The Rose Show Live, your video visibility coach and producer, helping you to be seen, heard, and paid. Because remember, my friend, your visibility is power, and the imposter syndrome can become your greatest superpower. Talk to you soon.